Now, this Trump immigration speech is coming. We've been waiting for it. It will happen this Wednesday. So the question becomes, Hispanic voters, have many of them already made their minds up? We have from the Hispanic Leadership Fund, the president, Mario Lopez, on what he wants to hear from Trump. So thanks, sir, for coming on. We appreciate it. I know everybody in the control room was thinking we had the guy from Saved by the Bell on. I said, no, this is far more important, and it's going to be a much better discussion than it would be if we had him on. So with that said, no, I'm just kidding. Right? So the speech, as I said, has been anticipated for a long time. It's been put off for one reason or another. Trump, still evolving or whatever the case may be. What does he need to say this Wednesday? What's the thing that's most important to you from where you're sitting?
Well, I think that the most important thing for everyone is just a little bit more clarity, because he sort of floats out this idea some days ago that, well, maybe we need to soften up and it's a tough thing. We don't want to break up families. And then a lot of his surrogates are saying, no, he hasn't changed his position at all. Some of the other surrogates are saying, yes, there is a little bit of softening, or he's rethinking through. Maybe he's not going to have a deportation force. Maybe he's not going to instruct his administration to violate the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. These are all things that are still up in the air.
I mean, he definitely changed. It's a question of, I guess, did he change back? I mean, where are you coming from, first of all? Are you predisposed maybe to be supportive of some of the things Mr. Trump is talking about, or has he angered you throughout the campaign? Because that would be instructive in what you want to hear on Wednesday, say.
Sure. Well, I mean, our organization is a conservative organization. We believe in opportunity, liberty, and prosperity for all Americans. So, on that sense, certain things we're certainly predisposed to hear some of his economic plans and other things. But on immigration, of course, infamously from the very beginning, he has come out firing. It said some very offensive things about immigrants, about Hispanics in particular, and so that certainly is troubling. And we just want to, again, see some clarity on what his actual plan is going to be.
So where if you had to make a decision today before the speech, are you not quite, to use the phrase that's gotten thrown around in the campaign when it was Paul Ryan and then Trump using it against Paul Ryan, are you not quite there with Trump? In other words, you like a lot of what he says about non-immigration issues, but you're not quite there? Is that where you are today?
I would put myself in the not quite there category, absolutely.
Okay, so he can still get your support, though. He can still, there's something he can say on Wednesday that would say to you, be like, all right, now I see what he meant, and I'm with him, or no? Well,
I think it's certainly possible, but the issue has always been, again, equivocation. I mean, one day he says something else, and then, the next day he contradicts himself. And so I think some consistency moving forward would be great as well.
Now, if you don't vote for Trump, now I don't think you can speak for your entire organization on this, but for yourself personally, if you don't get there, if you're not quite there and you never get there, will you vote for Hillary Clinton? Will you vote for somebody else? Will you sit it out? I mean, how are you looking at the election and your options right now?
Well, I wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton for dog catcher, let alone
so you're
for
out
president.
Completely. So. That's interesting. So that leaves you where if Trump doesn't convince you?
Well, Evan McMullin is still running. Gary Johnson is out there.
Well, none of those people are going to be president, right? Especially like an Evan McMullin, who's this new candidate who's gotten in the race. It most likely won't be on enough ballots, right? So that would essentially be a protest vote, wouldn't it? You're willing to do that if that's the case?
Well, I mean, I think I'll do what I pledged to myself to do when I turned 18, and I've done every election. That's vote my conscience, and that's what I think I'm going to do. Okay,
so we'll see after Wednesday. Maybe we'll check back with you to see how Mr. Trump does in his speech and whether it convinces you personally, because maybe that speaks to other people who are thinking along the same lines. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I told you that would be better than the other Mario Lopez. All right.